The theme song?
The theme song?
The theme song.
You are made of meat, my friend, all the way down.
The following podcast uses words like and also. If you're not into any of that shit, then now's your chance.
3, 2, 1.
Run.
Welcome back to the conversation. Tell me who I'm talking to. Let's get on down to imagination. You are me and I am you. You're super familiar. Super familiar. I wanna be super familiar. Don't be a stranger.
Welcome to Super Familiar with the Wilsons. I'm Amanda.
And I'm Josh, and we're the podcast about marriage 2.0 with kids.
And side quests.
Amanda, I had one of the most middle-aged experiences of my life in Target yesterday.
Okay. Yes, we went to Target because Winthrop was going to a birthday party, and the easiest thing is to buy somebody a gift certificate these days. So yes, our gift card. Certificates are not a thing anymore.
A certificate. Did you have it framed, this certificate?
I did. Yes, I did. No, a gift card. All right. And then, you wandered away from us and you came back.
I want to know how the giving of the gift certificate went at the party.
I'm not telling that story because he's outside the door.
When a kid receives a gift card, what is this kid, 10, 9, 10?
9.
How does one...
Turned 9.
Is that a thing where the kid is like, yay, you got me a gift card? Or
apparently Winthrop and this child had already discussed it.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so that
yes.
that exchange went well then.
There was a little bit of comparison with another child who brought a gift card to see which one of them spent more. But I need to nip that in the bud, but not at that exact moment. So, yeah, he had a really good time, but it was a Nerf battle. They basically played Capture the Flag. Did you play that at camp?
Yeah, but we called it Sock Wars.
Okay, but yeah, right, similar, right? So basically they played that, and they...
At my camp, it was all boys camp, and we weren't content with just going and finding the flag. We would also fill our socks up with flour or dirt, and then whip them around and hit the kid, and then the kid would be out. They would have to go report to a base to get back in again.
Horrible.
It was tremendous. It was teaching us all to be survivalists. We're tromping through the woods with our belts full of socks. And what we would do, they would have a sock war every session. And if you stayed for the whole summer, you're doing multiple sock wars. And so near the end of my camp career as a camper, I would stay multiple sessions. Yeah. So I would save my socks, but I'd save them outside, because you're not bringing them inside, because basically it's a tube sock filled with dirt and then tied, right?
Yeah.
It's I don't know what.
This is anyway, it doesn't matter.
It's like some sort of medieval instrument of war.
Go ahead.
I think that it's a +2 on Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. But anyway, you'd leave it outside, and of course it would rain. And so by the time the second or third sock war comes around, you basically have a rock in a sock that you would club other children
with. And the Baptists let you do this?
Oh, they freaking loved it.
Questions. All right, so Refine K. Jeff, because this is how you know Jeff, is from apparently the murder camp or the medieval war camp.
Maiming camp.
Jeff, what life lessons did this teach you that you still carry into your life today?
About the sock war?
Yeah. You said it was teaching you life lessons.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, the point is that they were playing Capture the Flag. Thank God nobody had socks. They just had Nerf things. And I learned this morning that Winthrop was a defender.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's organized.
It was organized. There was, and his team won.
The West Gainesville militia?
Yes.
Was he?
Yes.
So I'm wandering down this hallway
in Target.
Right. And I see this guy, and he's wearing a shirt, and this shirt says WSHE, She's Only Rock and Roll, right? So if you're not from South Florida, you have no earthly idea what that means, but that's a radio station we used to listen to growing up in the 80s and 90s. If you're Gen X, that's a thing. So I walked past him, and I noticed it. And by the way, it was a rock station. This guy looked like when I was growing up, would be the people shaking their fists and saying, turn off that radio station. So it's just so funny to me. It's shocking that...
This is an aged Gen Xer.
That's
Listen to this, yes.
So anyway, I walked past him, but I stopped. It's I really want to say something to him. So I turned around and I went back to him because there's moments in life where you have to honor the ancestors. And I went up to him. I said, hey, I grew up in South Florida, and I grew up listening to She. WSHE.
Yeah.
We called it she, and his face changed, and it's like he knew me. Like he didn't.
It was like you're the call of your people.
Right. It's not that he knew me, but he knew what I was saying. He knew where I was coming from. And there were like basically 3 stations that you listened to growing up in the 80s and 90s in South Florida. I mean, other ones would come and go, but basically WSHE, Power 96 or I-95, right? Were these stations.
But that's also an interstate, but okay.
It is.
Oh, right.
I mean, it was
People
easy.
Are strange. South Florida people are strange.
Easy branding. Or you'd listen to the AM radio, which I listened to a lot, and that's how I got into talk radio, which is why I'm doing this now. WSHE was the rock station, and the other ones were like the pop stations. But it was the soundtrack of every Camaro, every IROC Z.
I went to prom in an IROC.
Every like
a T-top IROC.
Yes. Modified pickup truck in South
Listening to
Florida,
Van Halen.
listening to all this stuff. Yeah, no.
Yes.
If you grew up on WSHE, all your problems could be solved with Van Halen, AC/DC, Metallica, and all of these things. It's the radio station of an entire generation.
Okay.
So all of that I just explained to you, like we knew
You felt that
in an
about each
instant.
other.
The motto was "She's only rock and roll,"
Yeah.
which sounds cheesy now, but to our generation,
Yeah.
that was a constitutional amendment. Like
Yeah.
that was serious.
No pop music here. Only
So
rock and roll.
I'm like, that's cool. Sure. Whatever. He says, yeah, I saw it online. I told my wife I had to get it. And then he stuck out his hand and I shook it. And all of a sudden I'm like, where's the person filming this for TikTok? Because this is like every scene in an airport where 2 veterans wearing a hat from war gone by meet each other, for the first time. Thank you for your service. So for us, it was thank you for your service. We survived South Florida. We survived the 80s. We survived Reaganomics. We survived all the things we survived. And we are now in the toothpaste aisle at Target honoring the ancestors. So I'm just curious now how many more of these I'm going to start having, because this is definitely, I think, a result of aging where I'm just clinging. And this guy, in his 50s or 60s, whatever he was, like, first of all, no reason for him to actually be wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the build for it anymore. But he wanted to just recapture something.
Yeah.
So it's
I
such
love
an
this
interesting.
for you. How come you haven't invited him onto the podcast?
No names exchanged, no contact information given, nothing.
You apparently did not do the Amanda Wilson instant friendship kit or whatever that you advertised on last week's episode.
No, I did.
You didn't need it? You didn't need him to be your friend? It sounds
No.
like somebody that you like. Maybe you guys find each other in every lifetime.
Oh, no, why do you got to go there?
I don't like in like, in the 1800s, it would have been like whatever music. Like you're connected through music throughout
He's wearing a T-shirt
the
like
centuries.
WBARD. I don't know. All I know is that I didn't need to exchange contact information. I don't need to know his name, but when I need him, he will be there.
Okay, got it. Yes, excellent. Very good.
So that was my experience in Target.
I had a similar experience, but not because of any of his t-shirts, but randomly at a Buc-ee's.
Okay, Buc-ee's.
If you're not from, the U.S., Buc-ee's, freak. Buc-ee's is this giant, what they call a gas station, but it's not. It's like a mall. There's like 50 gas pumps. It's massively huge.
We've done this episode. Just search Buc-ee's.
Just look for Buc-ee's, right?
In our archive.
So we were at a Buc-ee's in Georgia, I think, and we were coming back maybe from Atlanta, and I was in line to go to the bathroom. Also, Buc-ee's has the nicest bathrooms, should you find one near you. And this woman behind me said something about being from Polk County. Well, I'm from Polk County, and so I started listening.
I remember this.
And then this woman said something. Oh, I'm from Lakeland, and I'm also from Lakeland. But Lakeland is very like there's a north side and there's a south side, and the south side is very affluent, and the north side was what like developed later, and so it's all kind of like middle class or maybe like blue collar ish.
Where was you?
Oh, I'm from the north side.
Represent north side.
Yeah. So and then you say like what high school you go to. Usually people don't go to the same high school on the north side. It's all like, into Lakeland High, and they're all like whatever. And this one woman was like, oh, no, I'm from Lakeland. I went to Lake Gibson.
Yeah.
And then the woman next to her was like, oh, I also went to Lake Gibson. And I turned around, not having been in their conversation. I was like, I also went to Lake Gibson. And we each had graduated like a decade apart from each other.
Yeah.
And had just randomly wound up in line in like sequential order at this Buc-ee's in Georgia.
I mean, if you're going to meet and you're all from Lakeland, it's going to be in a Buc-ee's.
That's right. Right. Yes. So Anyway, yeah, it's weird how those things. Maybe I find them in every lifetime.
That's what I think is that you should have taken a picture and sent it to Lake Gibson social media.
Yeah.
And tagged and say, hey, look, who's meeting in the surgically clean restroom at Buc-ee's.
Except that I don't go to any of my high school reunions, so I'm probably not going to engage in their social media.
So beyond that was my big thing. The big thing that I found out this week from you is that our son has an underwear manifesto of which I was not aware.
Very strong opinions.
All right, what's this all about?
So we were talking about needing to buy him clothes, and I was saying that I wanted to buy him more than just basketball shorts because that's what he lives in.
We had a person that I used to work with, I don't work with her anymore, who tremendously generous person, and she would give us clothes from her,
son. Who's a couple years older than
Winthrop, and we ate off of those clothes because every so often she would bring a new and nice clothes too,
super nice clothes.
It's very generous of her. Like it's the way you should do it. Like.
Yeah. I have passed those on too. I don't try to sell them or anything.
Thrifting is good, but passing things on, that's like the best possible.
Yeah.
And we're bypassing somehow. I think Amazon is getting it in the throat every time we do that.
Yes.
So that's always good too. But so we would like to thank Rebecca for providing us. But we have run out now.
Yes,
Rebecca has moved away, and we no longer receive the bounty.
Winthrop has hit the size threshold from whence the last bin of clothing in his closet. So I need to start buying clothes. And I've had this conversation about how I didn't want to just keep buying basketball shorts because that's all he wants to wear. And you were saying that, that's how Andrew was. And it's, let him live in the comfort as long as he doesn't have feelings about fashion.
Right.
To my response of that was, well, he does have very serious, strong feelings about underwear. He does not want underwear that have any sort of print on them.
Right now. So we need to set definition here. He doesn't have feelings. He has now underwear standards.
Standards, yes.
He has a manifesto.
It cannot have a print on it. So he had some from Rebecca, actually, some that had like bears and this, like planets and stuff. No, we had to get rid of those. We put them in the donate pile. And stripes are okay. They're not preferred. Just solid underwear or colored underwear. But the other day I gave him a pair that had stripes, and I didn't realize that between the stripes there were shark fins, and very upset with me for handing him these.
Folks, if you're listening, this child has gone a whole day before with his shirt on backwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't even know where this is coming from. First of all, who is he doing this for? Like, the reality is that he has shark fins.
No one was going to see those.
Right, I know that his underwear is supposed to have a confidential relationship with his shorts.
Yeah.
No one else is going to see these things. So what's the problem?
It makes him feel too babyish. He feels like only little kids have printed things on their underwear.
Brand standards.
I mean, you have boxer briefs that have like, I don't know, like cheeseburgers or something on them. You've got, that's your socks, but you've got like boxer briefs that have, you used to. I don't know if you still do. You have the Christmassy ones.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have this manifesto?
No, I just need a barrier between my boys and the outer shield wall or whatever it is. I just need a thin separation. I don't even, it could be a pillowcase with some holes in it. As long as I've just got that shield, I'm fine. I don't care.
He has feelings.
Yeah.
And gets mad at me that I'm not complying with this.
But as children are trying on like individualization, right?
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they're doing. This is just practice. This is practice for picking a partner, right? Like, this is the safe way to practice. Is like,
whatever their orientation is cannot have shark fins on them, is what I'm
No, but what I'm saying is like, this is a way I'm going to try to individualize. I'm going to see if this works out. And to us, it doesn't make sense, and it seems nonsensical, that all of a sudden now he won't drink out of anything but a blue cup. But the reality is that he's just stretching his legs for when, he finally leaves the house, shaking his hands at us saying, I'm going to take me and my years of therapy. I'm going to go now. So maybe that's what's happening.
Yeah, I don't know. But another thing, we also hit another milestone last night, and it's like, equal parts liberating and also very sad to me. But this is a child who is going to be 10 in the fall, but still does not like to fall asleep on his own.
Sure.
And I know it's because of like, he says that his brain keeps him awake. And I get it. I have that too, right? Until I was medicated. Like your brain just like spins all the time. This also happens to you, the anxiety. And so he doesn't like to be alone when he's falling asleep. So one of us will go in there and lay with him. And last night I went upstairs with him and he got in bed and I pulled the covers over him and he said, I want to be alone tonight.
He's done that before though.
Okay. Well, I was sad and also very happy at the same time.
Well, if you could do a little bit more of a deep dive on this whole underwear thing so we can understand, God forbid I screw it up somehow.
Yes.
So we need to
You get in trouble for all the things.
We need to get rid of all of the underwear that don't project quiet professionalism.
Yes.
So that I don't
Yes,
accidentally do something wrong.
Well, we have to pick our moments because I also, yesterday when we picked him up from this not sock war, but color wars or not color wars, what is it? Capture the flag birthday party. I started asking him all these questions. He does not want to talk. When he gets in the car from school, does not want to talk about it.
No, he does not.
When he gets back from something, does not want to talk about it. Yesterday afternoon, did not want to talk about it. And then this morning, he came out with me to walk the dog and he said, okay, can you ask me questions about the birthday party now? So what I'm learning is that at like 12 to 24 hours is the distance he needs from an event to be able to discuss it. So I need to wait until we've not talked about the underwear for 12 to 24 hours and then talk about it.
See, this is why we're going to end up getting him a phone early, not so he can connect to the internet, not for any gaming apps, but so that we can synchronize our planners.
That's right.
So that I know when I'm allowed
right.
to ask him how his day would. Like, the alarm's going to go off at 3 a.m. in the morning. This is his self-chosen time, and I'm going to go wake him up and say, son, how was your day yesterday?
Yeah. No, definite feelings. So there you go.
Well, speaking of trying to go to sleep and the brain spinning until you occupy it, my strategy to go to sleep, which has been very successful throughout the years now, is I went and I purchased one of these speaker systems it's basically a headband with flat speakers on either side so that I can occupy my brain enough to fall asleep. And it works really, really well for me. I'm very happy
I'm so glad it works for you because I bought myself a pair and I find them horribly uncomfortable. I can't lay on that flat speaker.
Sometimes I'll get the sweet spot and it's just right and I'm fine. But I do tend to move around a lot when I sleep. So sometimes I have to actually take the side that is against the pillow off of my ear, but I still got the other speaker.
I know. And then I can hear all of your podcasts.
Well, it's the same podcast every night, actually. So you should be used to it by now. It should be background noise. But that's not the point. I've noticed the last couple of weeks that I will wake up and I will have these headlines.
You have them on you right now.
Stamped into my forehead. And I'm afraid that if I keep doing this, they're going to be there permanently. Because even as it is, they last appreciably into the day. Now, I don't know if this is just, that's how it goes whenever you have anything like that. Like you get a farmer tan.
Or the pillow marks like on your arm when you've like laid in one position.
Right. But all I know is that this is wearing a groove into my head that is, it's lasting throughout the day.
This is what Botox is for.
No, I'm not doing Botox. I got to figure this out, though. Like maybe get new headphones that fit differently or something. But I need not to wake up, go to work, and have people think that I've worn my GIMP mask to sleep. You know what I'm saying?
I have the JLab Go earbuds, and they are much more comfortable to me than AirPods are not comfortable to me.
Not a sponsor.
And so they're soft, and I put them in my ear, and I just sleep with one in my ear.
Yeah, I got to figure it out. I can't have AirPods in my ear. I've tried that, and because I flip back and forth, I would have to keep changing the ears. Yeah. But it can't be that I go to work and I've got like this topological map across my face where archaeologists can look at it and determine where rivers once flowed. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty bad.
We were going out yesterday and it was like after 1 o'clock because we dropped Winthrop off at this party. And I remember looking over and looking at you and they were still quite grooved. And like, you were wearing them well into the afternoon.
Yeah. It looked like someone had just shipped my head in packaging. You know what I'm saying? Yes. It needs to, I got to figure it out though, because what I can't do is not have the earphones.
No.
Because that will make you miserable.
I can't go sleep with Winthrop because I'm not allowed in there anymore, which is fine. But I sometimes will go down and lay on the couch, like if something's going on, and then you come find me and guilt me into going back to bed.
Wait a second. Why are we doing this live for the first time? guilt you.
You come downstairs and say, go back to bed. And then you go, it's fine if you don't want to. And you get up and leave. So yes. I only do that when something or someone or some dog has woken me up in the middle of the night. The dog has now taken to waking me up in the middle of the night to cover him back up. And the only reason I do it is because it's so cold in our room because of perimenopause that, I mean, he legit is cold. I can touch his fur and he's cold, but I tuck him in when he goes to bed and then he rolls around and gets out from underneath the covers. And then I wake up in the middle of the night to, he won't bark because he knows you'll lose your damn mind if he barks in the middle of the night. So he just whines at me, sitting next to me until I get up and tuck him back in.
Do you know what the answer to keep him asleep is?
What?
Sleep headphones.
That's right. No, he'll be cold.
I really wanna know what makes you so sure, Albert Einstein. Is it the way you hold my hand when we go driving? I've really been through hell, but come back to you, Albert Einstein. For the sparkle in your eyes like stars aligning.
Has your child ever told you that they are at a loss as to what to do despite having access to more activities than any other past generation in human history combined? Then ask your pediatrician about Wilson Technology's new treatment called I'm Bored. I'm Bored helps children rediscover sticks, dirt, looking at clouds, and making bad decisions outside. Clinical studies show that children taking I'm Bored may spontaneously construct forts, invent games, or disappear for 6 hours and return covered in mystery substances. Side effects may include imagination, resourcefulness, interesting stories. Please note, do not combine I'm Bored with YouTube. Super familiar with I'm bored.
Find a book. Get a board game.
No, those are boring.
Okay. Use your imagination.
That's boring.
Just think about life.
It's boring.
Look outside. Go for a bike ride.
No, it's boring.
What I have discussed, I see what you're doing because this is what happens to us when any screen has gone away.
It happened yesterday when he was rude to me.
Yes.
And I'm like, well, okay, there goes the screen that you're currently on because you're spending too much of your attention on that screen, which is basically his drug fix.
Yeah.
And so now we're going to do something. So he lost his damn mind and I'm bored. Instantly, I'm bored. Mm-hmm. I just got to the point where I said, well, I'm not going to solve this for you.
Right.
I said, this is the last time I'm going to say this. You have things here.
Mm-hmm.
You have
plenty of things.
And here's what I didn't do. I didn't go into, when I was a kid, blah, 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 blah. I didn't, which I could easily do.
Yes.
I'm sure that Gen X is known. If someone were to do an impression of a Gen Xer, it would be like, Saturday mornings they would kick us out in the morning and then we weren't allowed back in the house until
the streetlights came on.
Right. Like that's a Gen X impression.
You could come home if you were hungry.
Well,
then you had to find your own food.
Well, but then you had to leave. No, my dad would fix me food like a sandwich, and then I'd have to get the hell out. But here's the thing. When I was growing up, boredom wasn't something that you fixed. Boredom was like the weather.
Yeah.
You just had to deal with it because it wasn't going to change. Like nothing about the conditions were going to change, so you had to change. And that's where we are with him. And listen, when I was growing up, that predated even most of the computer game systems, right? So we could sit around and watch TV, but also like...
You had to watch what was on.
Well, but Saturday TV after the cartoons, no great shakes.
No.
Like old black and white movies. Tarzan Theater would come on.
Yeah, no, don't want it.
I would have to go outside and my app was a stick.
Yeah, right? I was a little different though because I wasn't allowed to just go and be out for forever because, my parents were older. Well, your dad was older too.
Yeah.
But my parents were, I was the youngest of 4. My siblings were 18, 15, and 14 years older than me. So I was the baby by far and my mom's only girl. So she was pretty protective. I was still allowed to go out and play with the neighbor kids, but I couldn't be gone for hours at a time. Like
Yeah.
that was not a thing that I could do. But I still, like I remember, why is this the thing that I remember? Trying to convince myself that the linen closet at the end of the hall was really a secret elevator. And so I would go in there and like pretend I was going up and down in this multi-story house that I did not live in, and then get off on a different floor and then go play something. Like these are the things we had to do to combat boredom. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because you're a writer now.
Yeah.
And at one point, when you weren't sick of writing for your job, you wanted to be a fiction writer. But the ability that you have, probably in there somewhere latently still, to create new worlds is based on the fact that that's what you spent your childhood doing.
Yeah, I mean,
like our kids now, they don't have to create new worlds, right?
It's created for
worlds
them.
are being created. Like, yeah, I get it. He's creating worlds in Minecraft. Not the same thing.
Right.
Not the same thing.
But I mean, I've also heard the argument, though, that is, it's like, yes, we can sit here as Gen X and say we had to do this, this, and this. However, had the technology been available to us, we would have been doing the same thing as them.
I don't know what that means, though.
So it's saying like,
if my grandmother was a bike, then we could all ride.
what?
I mean, it's just there's no point in that.
What you have just said is the dumbest thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth. If my grandmother was a bike I could ride all day, also sounds really dirty. So like, just don't do that. No, I'm saying that
You know what I'm saying?
it's not. I'm not saying that we shouldn't set limits on it, because we should. It's saying don't vilify it and act like it's this thing from Satan, because we would have been doing it too. So it's not like, why? Okay, stop making that face at me. I'll find you the TikTok that talked about it and I'll send it to you. That seems hypocritical in some way.
So anyway, you remember back in medieval times?
Yes, because I frequently am in medieval
No, but
times.
whenever someone had a problem or an issue, they would bring out the leeches, right? Bring out the leeches.
Because the leeches cured everything.
You had a headache.
You think leeches, we can do that for boredom?
No, I think that the modern day leeches is the screen.
Yeah.
Like, are you bored? Okay, then here's a screen. Oh, do we need a babysitter because mom and dad want to go do something? Here's a screen.
Okay, but
are you upset?
Just said to me, because you have poetry tonight at the bowl, and we're not sure if Muffy's going to be back because it's her friend's birthday and she's going to the family barbecue, that we could bring with her and put him on a screen. So don't act like this is not something that you do as well, sir.
I'm not saying I'm the perfect parent, but I'm aspirational.
Okay. Don't let Josh make you feel bad about your parenting choices, because know that he also does these things when it's convenient for him. When he wants to opine about how life should have been when his grandmother was a bike, it's fine. And he is holier than thou. But if he has a need for somebody to occupy the child, he's willing to give him the screen. I will say that. So Muffy,
I can't believe that you're taking the side of the Empire here, not the rebels. What's happening?
I'm not. I'm just playing devil's advocate. If
Don't
you
do that.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. Because you don't want any critical, you don't want to have to think critically about what you're saying. Okay.
She says as she refers to the TikTok that I should watch to bolster her point.
Yeah, at least it was more than just a headline, which you've done. Like, I saw this headline. What did the article say? Oh, yes, headlines with your speakers. So Muffy and I this week, we traveled. It was nice. We had a girls' weekend. A girls' week, which was great because we used to do this when she was little with my mom. Every summer, we would do a girls' trip. And a lot of times we would go to Disney Springs. And it was very sweet because this time I had to go for work and she came with me. And we were checking into the hotel. And as we were going to our room on the outside of where we were staying, there was a cardinal sitting there. So it was just kind of like, oh, my mom's come with us, which was lovely. But we were walking around Disney Springs. It was within walking distance. She just walked across the street. Disney Springs each night for dinner. And I was amazed at the number of children in strollers looking at screens.
Yeah.
And it's like, but here we are. All of this stuff has been made to entertain you. Now, I will say Disney Springs is not the most entertaining for little kids. Like, it's shopping and food and stuff like that. But all of the kids on screens.
It's funny because as much as you like to rip me for being hypocritical, I have stopped taking as many pictures as I do of things that we do.
Why do you think you do that?
Because I'm trying to intentionally be in the moment and not see it through the screen. Like, I don't take nearly as many videos anymore. If I take a picture of anything these days, it's because you're not with me and I want to show you a picture of something to make fun of.
Yeah.
Like I did it the other day.
I want that gardening flag.
There was a gardening flag that I saw, and I took a picture of it. It said, "Gardening because murder is not legal," or something like that.
Yeah.
And here's a lesson for you to show how harmful screens are. I'm looking at the picture and making sure that I can read it so that I can send it to you. And I walk into a low-hanging tree branch because I'm paying attention to my screen.
And you are still suffering the consequences of that because it looks like something scratched, like something with claws scratched across the top of your head.
Yeah. So if you learn nothing else from this episode than this, it's put your screens down because you could hit your head.
And please also put your screens down when you're walking across the street. That drives me absolutely insane in a college town. Please look when you're walking across the street.
Well, how about yesterday? We're driving somewhere, or day before yesterday. Whenever we were driving to take your rental car back, we had stopped at a light. We were lined up with the cars in the lane going opposite. Mm-hmm. They were also stopped, so that I could see all of them. And I looked down the row of people, all of them sitting stopped, facing their screens.
Yeah.
Now, I have been pulled over for having a screen in my hand, and luckily I got out of that because I went to traffic school or whatever that was. But now I'm ultra aware.
Yeah,
don't have your screen in your
Winthrop
hand.
is also ultra aware because he was in the car with you when you got pulled over. And now if I pick up my screen, because the other day I picked it up because it was in the cup holder and it was getting like I got the notification that it was overheating. Because it was in the sun, so I went to move it, and boy, did he was right on that with me, Mommy. You've got your phone in your hand. So, I try very hard. If I'm driving to work and I get a notification, I might look at it when I'm at a stoplight. But I try very hard not to look at my phone while I'm driving. But I'm amazed at the amount of people that do. But also, I remember it's so weird the things that we remember. So you're talking about radio stations when you were growing up. So we've talked before. I was raised in a very fundamental evangelical Christian household. The radio station that we were allowed to listen to was WCIE, where Christ is everything, right? Like you're only allowed to listen to the Jesus station. Now my brother would pick me up listening to Q105 or whatever the Orlando rock station was. And then I would immediately go home and tell on him to my mother. But oh God, perimenopause. What am I talking about? Oh, the radio station. I remember one of the things that just listening to the radio station, they were talking about when you're at a red light and you're sitting there waiting, that's a really good time to start praying for the cars around you. And then that makes the light go by faster. Because you're just praying for all the people.
You said praying for the cars.
The people in the cars. God bless that man with the scratches on his head. Something very bad happened to him.
Okay, so all of this is to say that if you have a kid who says that they're bored, because believe it or not,
tell
that's
them to
where
start praying for people.
No, that's not what we're saying at all. But do write in. What do you do? How do you respond to your kids when they say I'm bored? Write in at familiarwilsons@gmail.com because I want to hear it. It's email time. Yes, you all have written us letters. You've posted them in the mail. They went to a magic place where elves transcribed them into emails and sent them to us. Thank you for doing that. Again, our email address is familiarwilsons@gmail.com. We have something from Dan Belson. Dan says this, Hi, Wilsons.
Hi, Dan.
At the age of 45, I believe I've worked in 7 different businesses.
Dan's 45?
Yeah. That's what he says.
I don't know why I thought that he was younger than that.
Oh, well, I wonder how he's going to receive that.
Yeah, sorry, Dan.
Probably as an insult.
Well, I also realize that makes Gavin older than that.
So, worked in 7 different businesses.
Seven.
Maybe
he says it with his Slough accent, Severn. I don't know.
So, what do we think? That doesn't seem like a lot, does it?
It does not seem like a lot. That's not a lot, Dan.
I want to hear stories about Dan. Dan has worked in several different interesting jobs.
7 of them.
Yes. He thinks that the one I really want to talk to him about isn't as interesting. But Dan, you've offered to come on and talk about your jobs and being fired from jobs, this and that. We're taking you up on that. Let's do it in the next couple of weeks. He says, I also enjoy walks in the countryside and the poetry of John Keats. Thanks, Dan Belson.
Did you ask him what he does when he's bored? What were those last 2 things about?
We have some feedback from Danny Buckets. Danny says this, Josh Wilson, please get a Tottenham flag. Yes, we have this pub that we are sitting in right now called the Admiral's Rest, and we have adorned it with a Chelsea flag and an Arsenal flag. We don't have a Tottenham flag. Danny, you need to just send it to us. He says, Amanda, birds are awesome.
They are.
We talked about birds for a disturbing amount of time in a previous episode. He says, on holiday, we saw amazingly colored kingfishers and hornbills and herons and woodpeckers. along with plenty of other wonderful animals.
Is that when you were in the U.S. or where were you? I like how I feel like you can answer me right now.
On holiday. Now, I think that they just went on holiday and they were
not in the U.S., but they were in the U.S. previously.
Yes,
so.
well, he says this, been to the Disney area, downtown Disney, ?
That's what it used to be called.
But just didn't go into the park itself. Just because we were in Orlando for a couple of days, we wanted to say we'd been in the vicinity. Don't have kids, so I'm not sure it has the allure for me as it does for families with little ones. We went to Universal instead. Well, that was
Universal
a good choice.
we prefer, actually.
Less expensive. We talked about in last episode how you make friends easily. So he says the whole thing of instant friends. I find for me, talking football does just that. If you're in a group of people you don't know and you find out someone has a sporty interest similar to yours, that's all you need to strike up a 2-hour conversation. Yeah, I mean, that's guys bond over sports.
Yeah.
Even guys and fathers who don't bond over anything else, bond over. That's the singular thing I bonded with my dad over. My dad and I had a very contentious relationship, but we could talk Dolphins football, and that was, that was a thing.
I mean, my dad and I didn't have a contentious relationship, but we bonded over Gator football. I mean, that was like, I still, when it's, he's been gone for 9 years, and I still, when it's football season, want to text him. So that's a thing. All right. So speaking of bonding over sports, I just got a message. So one of my best friends, her significant other, was born in New York, and on a whim a while ago, bought tickets to Game 5 for the NBA Finals just in case the Knicks might make it to the finals.
That's crazy. Can he buy me a lottery ticket?
Right. And, a big Knicks fan. They've never won in his lifetime. And so they went. And I texted her this morning and said, how was the game? And this is what she said. Crazy amazing. The Knicks fans were everywhere. It was so loud. A friend of mine from Gainesville soccer, she's a big Gainesville soccer person, was also at the game. He offered us a ride home, which was awesome because an Uber wait was like 2 hours. When we were closer to downtown, we told him we'd walk the remainder because it was so congested. Well, that was a bad idea. The Spurs fans were pissed. They took over the roads and were honking like they won, but yelling, fuck the Knicks. That's the one time you'll hear me say that word on this podcast.
Knicks?
One of the cars threw eggs at us and missed. Then a dude got out of the car, ran up to us with a bin full of pre-cracked eggs and tried to pour it on her significant other when we were at the crosswalk. The guy then picked up the bin and hit him with it. Her significant other, yes. He's fine and we're all good. Some locals were like, take off your jerseys. It's too dangerous for you. We had to slip into the Marriott to get jerseys off and did our best to walk with the crowds. Lesson learned. Nuts. We're totally fine and still riding high. Already in Dallas for the Japan World Cup match this afternoon. Time to switch gears to soccer mode. So her significant other is of Japanese origin, descent, was born in New York, but his family is from Japan. And they travel all around for sports. And so it's, and I love it. She deserves to be super happy, and she is, but that's insane. What's the worst crowd you've been in?
I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but I'm quite certain it has to do with sports.
Well, that's what I mean, like worst sports.
Yeah, I don't know, because I've never been to a non-home sports game.
Yeah.
Never, ever. Now, I've been to games and seen the home team get rowdy around other people, like Dolphins games, especially Dolphins and Buffalo, or Dolphins and Jets.
Yeah.
It's always Miami, New York, right? Someone
Right.
asked me, Dan Belson, I think, asked me what I thought about the Knicks possibly, going to win. This is before they won. And my reflection was, well, the hate between Miami and New York goes deep, right? But I've been out of Miami for decades now.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just happy that the Knicks won. New York's always been basketball mecca.
Yeah.
Right? New York's always been the place. Madison Square Garden, Rucker Park, all these things, tradition. So New York deserves it.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't mean the rich people and the bandwagon jumpers. I mean, like,
you mean the residents, the home,
the rank and
residents.
file.
Yeah.
Just the average New Yorker there, who, by the way, shout out to my friend Chris Barron, by the way. Oh, I got to text him. New Yorkers, just your regular New Yorker, the nicest people in the world.
I'm so thrilled for them with Bandami and like the way that city is coming together, and it's really, really lovely. It's like the real people of New York are finally getting the benefits that, like he's doing this universal preschool and all of this, affordable housing. The real people of New York are finally getting the benefits that all of the one percenters have been enjoying for decades. I think for me, I was at an SEC championship. UF was playing Alabama, and I went with a girlfriend of mine, and we had to buy tickets off the street because we weren't planning on going, and we were in the middle of Alabama, the Alabama section. But they were so nice to us, and I don't know if it's because we were women. I don't know if it's because we weren't being obnoxious Florida fans, but they were so kind, and we lost horribly. They could have been super obnoxious, but they were so kind. But I think historically, it's University of Tennessee fans have been really awful. I have a friend who was in the marching band, and Tennessee fans attacked them with broken bottles when they were going back to the bus. Yeah. So I think historically, UT fans have been pretty nasty to us.
We finally have Refined Gay Thoughts with Refined Gay Jeff again.
Jeff, what's going on in your city? Why are they being unkind to my friend?
What was this in Houston? No, this was in San Antonio.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know where Texas is.
We've been to Texas. We've driven to Texas.
I thought it was the Houston Spurs. This is how bad I am. Jeff, I'm sorry, Jeff. Cut that out.
The Houston Spurs?
Can you hush?
I'm not cutting that out.
All of Texas is about like cattle and horses and stuff.
You're making it worse. I just told you I'm not cutting this out, and you're just doubling down. You're just like, well, fuck it,
Houston Astros? What are the Houston people?
Houston Rockets.
Rockets.
It's where NASA is, friend.
All right.
Okay, so anyway.
Astros are a baseball team.
Jeff, you can continue to text me and just exclude Amanda from the text
I don't
thread.
know anything about
Well, actually, I don't know how much
anything
Jeff
anymore.
knows about sports ball anyway. So here we go. Refined Gay Thoughts. Hi, Wilson's long time no thoughts. Sorry about the extended hiatus, but life has a way of slowing you down, or at least giving you two other things. No, not two other things. Where did I read that?
It's just two things, Jeff. Two things.
At least giving you other things to do first, doesn't it? So this is what's happened since we've last heard from him. He had a car accident on the Ides of March.
Oh, my goodness. Did we know about this?
Instead of Caesar getting offed, it was my car. Instead, I was sitting at a traffic light waiting for it to turn green, minding my own business, and bam, two cars collided right in front of me in the intersection, and the impact drove them right into me.
Oh, no. That's terrifying.
That is unbelievable. So badly that I was trapped in my car, uninjured, thank God, except for a giant deep bruise on my back that went away in 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, uninjured, except for that huge thing. It also totaled my car, but thanks to insurance, I was able to replace it with another Q5 that I've named Wilhelmina.
Wilhelmina?
She is deep moonlight blue and has been good to me so far. So, Jeff, did they have to use the jaws of life to get you out, first of all? And second of all, were there any good-looking fire people or emergency technicians, workers, emergency workers? No.
Emergency
EMT.
personnel.
Personnel, right. Any of those that caught your eye or gave you a number? I'd like to know that. He says, I really enjoyed the podcast with Eric Atria. He seems like a person that has common sense and is thinking clearly, and I hope he does well in his quest to become judge. I've checked out his website and will be following his journey because your election day is my mom's birthday, so it'll be easy for me to remember to check on him. Well, there you go, Eric.
That's very kind.
You have a supporter. Unfortunately, he is not in your district. But anyway, he says, I love the British pub. So for those of you who don't know, which I don't know because we keep banging on about it, I've built a British pub in our house, and it is the venue from which we're recording right now. He says, at first, I thought you named it the Admiral's Breast instead of the Admiral's Rest. I had to rewind that podcast 2 or 3 times to fully understand what you said. When I heard the Admiral's Breast, I immediately thought to myself, okay, that's a choice.
It was.
Of course, Amanda, the Admiral's Rest is a wonderful tribute to your brother and a perfect way to honor him.
Thank you.
Have the Belsons weighed in yet? I can't remember if I heard anything from them. Since a British pub, I think that it's only proper for them to journey across the pond to Florida to help you christen it. Oh, it's been christened.
Yes.
Not only has it been christened, but it has been christened.
No, it has not.
What do you think we're talking about?
I thought you meant we had sex in here.
No, I thought that we had a drunk person that we had to kick out of our house in here.
Okay, that happened.
Okay.
We didn't kick them out. They just
No, they stumbled out with a lot of help. He says, OMG, I might even try to venture to Gainesville for that.
You should.
He says, the school year is finally over here in Houston. This is where he is, Houston. That's in Texas, by
Not
the
in
way.
San Antonio.
as of June 5th. Our graduation was last Sunday, and it took a while since we have over 750 seniors graduating.
Very, very large graduating class.
It was a great ceremony, but my fave part was the valedictorian speech, which was a video because we had 12 valedictorians.
How do you have 12?
That's what happens when you have highly motivated students that have taken every AP class all 4 years and gotten straight A's in every single class for every single year.
And they all had the exact same GPA?
This is what I'm led to believe. My high school has the distinction of offering more AP classes than any other high school in the state of Texas and the second most in the entire nation. We were told that this year by the College Board. Several of the valedictorians have complete full-ride scholarships to Harvard, Yale, Cornell, Stanford, Rice, Princeton, Duke, Vanderbilt, and UCLA.
Wow, that's a lot. Jeff, I have a question that we can talk about later. Do you do AP for all? Like, do they have to take these courses, or these are choices?
Okay.
It's just a question.
That could have been a text, but okay. Next, he says the World Cup is in town for 7 matches. The iconic Dutch double-decker bright orange fan bus arrived in Galveston this week. Galveston's about 45 minutes away from Houston.
Thank you. You're going to get me a map of Texas for my birthday, aren't you?
I don't care that much. And supporters of the Netherlands showed up in force to welcome this bus that is shipped all over the world prior to games to help bring their fans to its games. It left Belgium for its 4,500-mile journey to Galveston.
I'm assuming it came by ship.
I would hope.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, I have no plans for the summer, just sticking around here and playing my new baby grand piano that I've been enjoying immensely.
Have you named her?
Probably. It doesn't say, though. That's another thing that we can ask him by text. Of course, cocktails will still play a very large part in my enjoyment of the summer as well. Speaking of cocktails, I will probably be making an appearance at my bar of choice, the Ripcord, later today. My goal is to touch a random penis today.
Oh, my God.
Hashtag sword fight. He says, I can't think of a better way to end these thoughts than that. Talk to you guys later. Now, this was sent yesterday, so we can actually find out if he touched a random penis or a specific penis.
Well,
I would think that you would.
Pictures from the Ripcord last night.
Yes, but there were no penises.
No penises in the
that
picture.
I could see.
Oh, Jeffrey, please let us know how that turned out.
All right, if you listening out there have heard these letters and said, well, I want to tell them about random penises that I've touched, then email us at familiarwilsons@gmail.com. We cannot wait to hear. All right, it's time for us to find out what have the Wilsons learned this week. Amanda, have you learned anything this week?
I have confirmed something that I thought that I knew, but then I taught you and Winthrop about it.
All right, go ahead.
I've learned the definition or confirmed the definition of the word bastion.
You mean the name Bastion?
That's right. So we picked Winthrop up from this party yesterday, and I was asking him who all had been there, and he has a friend I did not know named Bastion. And so...
Wasn't the kid from Neverending Story called Bastion?
I never saw Neverending Story, and it upsets my Gen X friends greatly that I've never seen this movie.
Well, it's also a very upsetting movie.
Yeah,
and very
I'm
weird
all right.
movie. If I'd have known about drug use back then I would have pegged that movie as this is what a drug trip looks like.
Yes,
and feels
well,
like.
and it probably was
that goes slightly south.
Yeah.
Because that movie, of course, I'm not going to rewatch it, but I remember watching it and thinking, I don't understand what's going on, and also this horse is dying.
Yeah, I don't. I know the song. That's all I got for you. Anyway, what were you talking about?
Bastion. You learned about the name Bastion.
So you said that, that's probably short for Sebastian, and he kept saying no Bastion, and I said, isn't that a term for something that has to do with like a castle or a stronghold? And you said that you didn't know that, you hadn't heard that. And I said, no, I'm fairly sure that it has something to do with a fort or a castle. And I thought maybe it was part of an armory, but protecting it. So have you looked it up? Is that what you have there? The definition of bastion?
No.
I thought that's what you looked up.
I looked up the derivation of the name Sebastian because I figured that they were connected. So go ahead.
So a bastion is a projecting structure built into a fortification, designed to allow defenders to fire at attackers from multiple angles, right? It's part of a castle or a rampart wall that juts outward to protect adjacent walls from flanking attacks. Or it's a 9-year-old child. So Bastion was in the Nerf capture the flag yesterday. I don't know if he was serving as a bastion, if he was behind the bastion, I don't know. But that is the definition, at least of a noun, of the word bastion.
Now, the interesting thing is that I don't see a connection between that and the name Sebastian. Sebastian actually means from the region of Sebastia. So there you go.
All right, well.
There's the thing that I learned this week, that Sebastian comes from, a person who's from Sebastia.
Okay.
The more you know.
And Bastion is not a nickname for Sebastian.
So is that all that you've learned this week?
No, I learned the definition of scrumpy.
Oh, yes, scrumpy.
And you learned the definition, what a snug is in a British pub.
Yeah, but that's not what I was going to put forward as the thing I learned this week.
Okay, so what did you?
The thing that I learned this week is if you go down to the antique mall down near Micanopy, Florida, which is about 10, 15 minutes away from us, giant warehouse-looking building with different booths that people have put their stuff in.
I thought you said boobs, giant boobs. So let's make that clear for Jeff. This was not a breast reference.
Booths.
Booths.
They're not offering giant boobs for sale.
Well, they are across the street.
Yes. It's across the street from a notorious strip club that exists outside of our city limits, but not the point here.
Yes.
This is what I learned. Oh, it's kind of related, actually, that if you go to that antique mall and you browse those booths, people have old issues of Playboy and Hustler for sale.
Yes, they do. And what did you do yesterday when you found the Playboys?
Well, first we're going to talk about what you did. Immediately, you drew my attention to it.
I wanted to see what naked ladies in the 80s
and so
look like.
you picked it up and you started paging through that. I'm like,
and then I was like, where are the naked people? Because there were not. I would assume that when you pick them up today, well, first of all, they're probably all online. There's probably no longer print copies. But I assumed you would just open it up and there would be naked. But there wasn't. There were so many articles.
Well, there were.
I had to go hunting for the naked.
Well, and you found them.
I did.
Somewhere else on a shelf was
near the shelf above it
was a
prayer book,
a book of prayers. So I took it and I put it in the centerfold of the Playboy magazine. But I was a little shocked that you picked that thing up. Huh?
Why?
Okay. I don't imagine those particular magazines are the cleanest. And I don't mean
I didn't even think that.
I don't mean content. I mean fluids.
Well, yeah, no, you don't want to take one of those black lights to it, do you?
No, you don't. There's a whole other magazine happening under the black light. So
I offered to toss it out in the woods so it would feel nostalgic for you.
Don't say tossing.
Okay. Anyway. Yes. All right. So yes. This is what we found. That's what you learned. But this was going to be my recommendation if we did recommendations this week. But since we did what you learned, that's fine. But my recommendation
is hang on.
No one likes to be told what to do.
All right, go ahead. What are your recommendations?
My recommendation this week is go treasure hunting. So we've got this pub and we don't really need anything other than like decor for the walls. And we don't want to, we want it to be authentic-ish looking. So we went to last Sunday, you and I went to Goodwill. And we were just looking. There was nothing particular we were going searching for, which is the best way to go treasure hunting. When you have something particular in mind, you get really frustrated very easily. But we were just wandering, and I found on a bottom shelf a bunch of croquet mallets for $1.99 each. So we purchased them, and they are up in the pub, and they look great. And then yesterday we went to the antique mall and found a really cool pub sign that was this where you learned about snugs were for women only and no couples could go in there. If you're curious, look up what a snug is, and just some other things. But it's the treasure hunting aspect of it is really fun for me.
Yeah, we talked about this last week that it's fun to find these treasures, like little hidden things. Like you're kind of cheating the system again. You're giving Amazon a shot to the gut here because you didn't contribute to the landfill. You didn't contribute to the corporate machine of Amazon. It's all great. And so, again, that remains my recommendation. Do that. All right, Amanda, that's all there is. There is no more. What do you think of that mess?
It wandered all over the place. I forgot to say words. It's like being inside my brain.
Is that what this podcast is?
Just my brain, yeah.
Are you you're the main character of this podcast? I think it's pretty clear, right?
I don't think so.
Well, these people are not main characters, but without these folks, we would not be able to do what we do here, or we wouldn't want to. So we'd like to thank Antonio and Josh Scar, Daniel J. Buckets, thank you for the feedback, Chicken Tom, R.I.P., Matt, Monique from Germany, Joey,
Leo,
Refined Gay Jeff, Ryan Baker, and Kate and Tony, Mark and Rachel, and Dan and Gavin. The theme song?
Did they say?
The theme song. Did you find a theme song at the Antique Mall?
Yeah.
The theme song is by Ricky Kendall, Gainesville artist.
I love it so much. I just want to listen to that song.
What I'm going to start calling the shorter theme song in the middle is by Chris Barron of the Spin Doctors, who we will be talking to this Tuesday, and so hopefully we'll be able to publish that.
Good to know. I don't think
week.
I had that on my calendar.
You did know that. Also, thank you to AJCW for the music that you're listening to right now, and also just for being our son. Love you, kid. All right, so until next week, you all take it easy.
Be kind to each other. I'm sorry. I'm texting my friend about the Knicks. I got distracted.
Wait, we just went on this whole big thing about screens and distraction.
Yeah, but you don't need me except to say Joey. You don't need me for the outro.
I need you for so very little in this outro. All I need you to do is to put the little button on the end of it. Go be kind, 3 words. And even in such a modest task, you failed because you were on your screen.
Because I was talking about how bad the Houston Spurs fans were.
Houston Spurs.
That was a joke. Oh my God, that was a joke. Go be kind.
Bye.
Bye.